This is KnittinJenna and the Crazy Cat Lady. I'm the Crazy Cat Lady.
I'm KnittinJenna.
This is our first podcast, so hopefully it all goes well and there'll be a second one. This is about knitting adjacent things, everything in our life. Yeah. It is what it is. We're going to laugh a lot. Okay.
Yes.
But we're friends who met knitting, and we have been knitting since. So our plan is you'll probably see us, maybe KnittinJenna's mom, Jimmy, and some of our knitting friends. But we thought we would just start off with the podcast and tell you a little bit about what we've been knitting lately.
Yes. Sounds great.
You're going to start with what you have finished lately here.
Okay. We'll start with finishes. That feels so right.
Yes.
Feels so right. So, my mom found some stuff in her stash, and she was like, I think I'm going to knit this cowl that I've been wanting to knit, and it's the alpaca cowl for Rhinebeck, circa like 2016, 2015, I don't know. So, she knit it, and then insisted that I make the Baa-ble Hat.
So cute.
For my daughter, who's two, Molly, and
so cute,
who my mom wants to match. So I made a Baa-ble Hat out of a kit that I had from like 2014, 2015, whenever this pattern came out. And it's just lovely. It's so cozy and warm. It knit up pretty fast. The only thing I did not do was carry up the color work through the decreases because I just was not into that. But yeah, I got the kit from a shop called McNeedles, which is in southern Louisiana, but they sadly closed, I guess, about a year ago. So anyway, on to Crazy Cat Lady and her finish.
So then, of course, because you have a Baa-ble Hat, you knit your daughter a Baa-ble Hat, I decided her husband needed one so that he could match. I'm not sure if he's into that or not, but I didn't care. So I went and got some masculine colors so that he could have a matching Baa-ble Hat. Yeah. So cute. Okay, I just love it.
Yeah. We'll
everybody knows the Baa-ble Hat.
It was from Shetland Wool Week. It was a free pattern way back when it came out, like 2014 or 15. Now, if you want to do it, it's a paid pattern.
I think the only difference is I did the Susan B. Anderson modifications. Her modifications are on her website. I did her modifications to make it just a little smaller so that his hat wouldn't be slouchy. I think that's it, but I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. I'm not sure how excited he is, but
he'll be excited. He'll be excited whenever she puts hers on, and then he wants to put his on too. Like, he says he's not excited to match her, but
he will.
Like, she makes it so exciting. Like, she'll come up to you and say, match, and then you're like, of course we have to match. I love that. So, yes, matching will happen.
And then KnittinJenna, and that crazy name comes from the fact that I have a sister named Jenna, and whenever I would talk about Jenna, my husband would get confused, and he's like, I don't know what Jenna you're talking about. So I started calling her KnittinJenna so that he would know. So I don't know, it's a nickname. It kind of stuck. But KnittinJenna's going to be having another little baby, so you'll see another Baa-ble Hat as soon as the other baby comes. We'll figure out what kind of Baa-ble Hat, then we'll have a whole family of baubles. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
I know. This baby's due this summer, so we have some time before knitwear will have to happen. We are located in North America, where it's hot. It's hot in the middle of the year, May, June, July, August, and then cold, obviously. All right. So then that takes us to works in progress. So
I've been knitting this hat for forever. Yeah. I've been knitting this hat since October. It's for my mother-in-law. And the holdup for me on it is she wanted a black hat. And black is just You got to knit black in the middle of the day outside. I mean, it's just, it's annoying. Not to mention the fact it catches all the lint. But I am knitting. I'm trying to see who is it by. I don't know who it's by. You would think I would. Hey, we're new to this. We're going to figure it out. Yeah, I don't know who it is.
But
it's a free pattern. Diagonal rib stitch knit hat. It is a free pattern. I know that. And I mean, I've knit the hat before in other colors, and it is really, it's pretty. It makes a pretty pattern. My only problem is it's black, but I'm almost at the decreases. So next time this should be finished. I was trying to get this finished for her back at Christmas, and here we are in March. So missed that opportunity. So this will be a Christmas.
wait, you gotta tell them what yarn you have.
Oh, this will be a Christmas gift for 2023, December 2023. Now this is Yarn Bee Must Be Merino Aran from Hobby Lobby, and I was trying to see what are the percentages on it. It is 50% merino wool, 25% acrylic, 25% nylon. I mean, it's one of those budget friendly yarns. Of course, you can, it says $6.99. I may make it with one skein. I may have to go to the second, but without a doubt, budget friendly, $6.99. You can get it on sale every other week for 30% off.
Fair. Okay, next. I'm not ready to show you this because I'm not to the end of my row. But Christmas came and went. So I also had an opening on my needles after that for socks. Because I finished some socks. Maybe I'll show you those next time. So I decided to cast on a pair of Christmas socks. And I'm knitting them 2 at a time. I think I cast on 72. These are US size 1s. And I'm using 2 circulars.
Who else for?
These are for me.
Oh, okay.
Girl, we don't knit socks for other people.
She
knits socks for other people. But I do not.
You know, I haven't knit myself a pair of socks yet.
Who are you?
I don't know.
She does run hot, though. Oh, I don't know what happened to my label. Anyway, this is Turtlepurl yarns and I think Mistletoe Kisses. I bought it in 2020 from her to do a newborn vertebrae sweater for a baby that was supposed to arrive in December, mine, except mine arrived in October. And so the Christmas sweater did not happen for that sweet baby. Instead, it's going to be socks for me, which is exciting, but
I like the way that's knitting up.
I think it's neat. Like the stripes are a little different. Like they're not all the same. You know, you've got like the skinnier, and then I think I'm into the first repeat. There's my
I like that
white again. So I think it'll be nice. Anyway, sock lady over here. Speaking of people who knit socks, tell them about your project.
Well,
your sock project.
See, you know, I was a knitter, and I was the type of knitter that buys yarn for the project that I'm going to knit. And then I became friends with her. And before you know it, I have like tremendous amounts of stash from hanging out with her. And so it occurred to me that I just had tons of single skeins of sock yarn. And I decided in 2022 that I wanted to knit up my sock yarn to make room for others. So this is going to be a whole story. You're going to get to the end of the row by the time I get finished with this story.
That's great. These are long rows.
So one, I got a book to keep track of what I was knitting in terms of socks and patterns, and to keep track of people's foot sizes. And I am proud to say that I am currently knitting on, well, I started this pair in 2022. It's going to be finished this year. But this is my 25th pair of socks that I started. I knit 24 pair last year. So I guess this is my 25th pair that I started. Yes. Now, ask me about the yarn and I'll tell you.
So tell us about the yarn. Look, she's already at the heel.
I probably have no idea what happened to the yarn.
Look
what did I do with it?
Look
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But this was not very deep stash. I bought this skein with the yarn shop on Myers House that went out of business. I had just bought that there. But the point is, yeah, I can't find it. The point is, I do them tandem on 2 circular needles, and I kind of do them tandem. This is yarn that's not supposed to match. If you start from the inside and do the other from the outside, it won't match. So that's what I did because my godson wanted socks. Apparently, this is a big thing with the young boys. They like socks that don't match, and he wanted a pair that didn't match. He has a pair that does match, but he wanted this pair to not match. So I'm like, okay. So that's my lovely socks. Now let me tell you, I definitely recommend this. I'm gonna get another notebook for this year. It's not a big notebook, but I definitely recommend this for knitting. I have enjoyed writing down what I'm knitting and just putting different things in my little notebook. You know, like different places we went, different stores, keeping track of that type of thing. And I'm going to get another one and do it for this year.
Okay, you have to show them. You have to show them your cute little pages with the stuff. Oh, my
cute little pages.
Look how cute she is.
Kind of like, you know, the Fiber Fest in the Midwest, Fiber Fest, and then different shops that I've visited. We are lucky here in the Midwest to have had 2 shops open up for us this year. I just keep track of my possible makes, things that are on my radar as possible makes, and my toe decreases, random sock notes, that I need at least 7 grams of yarn for a contrast heel and toe. Random. But I figured that out one day. So just in case, as I'm wondering, do I have enough for the heel and toe? 7 grams is what I need. And then sock plans. I have some sock plans for, oh, see, look, you're on here.
I know, I have those. I have them on my feet.
Oh, do you?
Do you want to see? Do you want to see?
That is so great.
She knit for me. I'm only going to take off one, though. My feet are cold. I'm not cold, but my feet are cold. She knit me these. I just put them on today. They don't smell. Don't worry.
You know, I think I did all of my plans, all my sock plans. I even did Tammy's Leo and Roxy yarn. I did all my plans. So see how it helps to write it down?
Oh my gosh. See, she's a notebook gal. Like, I like putting my stuff in Ravelry.
I never can.
She doesn't. But that's okay. That's okay. So when I first moved, I don't think we said this. We're in St. Louis. But when I first moved here in 2014, I had some free time on my hands. I was a teacher, and getting licensed in the state of Missouri proved to be a little more involved than initially.
Is it involved?
It's involved. Well, I went to college in Tennessee. I'm not from Tennessee, but I have a degree from a university in Tennessee. I'm certified to teach in Tennessee, and so when I moved here in a roundabout way, it took some time to get my Missouri certification. So I had some free time on my hands, and I was working a few other weird jobs, and I spent a decent amount of time putting my projects and my stash into Ravelry because my stash is behind me.
You're so organized.
But like, I look at it all and I'm like, okay, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then like people come out with patterns and I'm like, oh, maybe I have yarn for that. If you put it in there, it tells you. So I did that. And it's not as hard to keep up with now. Like, there's stuff that's not in there now. But like, I do a decent job keeping my projects in there.
You do. I take pictures of my projects and I say one day I'm going to put them all in Ravelry. And I just don't.
That's okay.
I should. Okay,
Maybe that could be our
I could
summer
be
project.
Maybe I'll do it this year.
When
I'll
it's
commit
hot.
to it. I'll commit to putting it in.
When you need a sock break.
When I need a sock break. But so my plan was to knit through my sock yarn. I thought 1 year, no problem. And like I said, I've knit, 24 pairs of socks. And then a few weeks ago, I brought all my sock yarn over and we kitted up what we were going to do with heels and toes. I got to knit for at least another year. At least another year.
I'm just impressed it's all going to be socks. Well, like, I have a handful of things up there that are going to be socks. The rest of it, I think, could be whatever I want it to be.
I have a couple of sweater quantities in DK. And then I have a separate whole basket of hat DK. Because remember, I went through the year of knitting hats.
When are you not on a hat knitting?
I like hats.
Yeah.
I really do. Hats are fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting into socks. And in case any of you were wondering, I do the Crazy Sock Lady. I do her pattern. Her straightforward Crazy Sock Lady pattern. And she pretty much gives you a recipe. And I followed that recipe. And then from various books, like I looked in your book and saw some heels.
Yeah, Sock Architecture by Lara Neel. Lara Neel. Lara? Laura? I think it's Lara. I think it's L-A-R. L-A-R-A.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of do the same thing. I just kind of have I'm like, oh, this will work. I'll do these many. And then I just knit for a while. And I'm like, all right, it's time to turn a heel.
Right. But I learned how to knit
though.
a sock from watching Crazy Sock Lady and following her tutorial on how to knit a sock. And then I looked at your book and I've adjusted and done different types of heel flaps. I'm still a top-down heel flap and gusset sock knitter. I've changed whatever, depending upon whatever mood I'm in, I'll change the pattern for the leg. Like this is a 3+1, rib for the leg. And then I did the slip stitch heel flap and gusset, but this time I did the garter edge on the...
Oh, yeah, on the heel flap.
Right.
Looks fancy.
So... And I think I texted you when I did the heel turn. I'm like, why am I still amazed? It's magic.
It is. It takes a flat knitting and turns a corner.
I'm still amazed.
I think it's cool. I'm with you. I think it's cool. But I've tried toe up socks. I know people are like raving about it. Oh, you can try it on this, that, the other. There was a time in our life when Korey convinced me to knit a tube and then we could cut in.
I didn't like that heel, though.
Heels or toes. It just doesn't fit right.
Doesn't fit right.
It doesn't fit right. But maybe it's user error. I know there are people out there.
My husband didn't like it, so he said it doesn't fit right. I don't know. Maybe I need to do something else. There is a way to do an afterthought heel flap and gusset.
Okay.
It's in Lara Neel's book.
Oh, afterthought heel and gusset. Put that on the list to look into. Well, I could do that with the Christmas socks because I'm this far in.
It's in her book.
Afterthought.
I just have to sit down and concentrate and think about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And try it out.
Fine. But we will not get back to you on that for a while.
Right.
If you're really curious, you should look it
yourself. Lara Neel. And she has a section on an afterthought heel flap and gusset. You all go check it out.
Yeah. We will put some notes with whatever we're talking about. With like I just realized we didn't even tell you who makes the Baa-ble Hat. What's the designer's name? And I can't tell you at this moment.
Keep talking and I'll figure it out.
But, and I have no idea what yarn that is because it was a kit that was my mom bought for me for Christmas in 2015 or 16.
Oh, well, I can tell you on mine. Mine is Cascade 220 worsted.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, because I just ran out to the store and I wanted to get some masculine colors, something that I thought your husband might not mind wearing.
Oh my gosh, that man, he's so knitworthy. He's really not that picky. He just he's not really into the real loud, bright stuff. He's a little more reserved.
Right,
but he proudly wears whatever anyone wants to knit for him.
That's why I went with dark gray, light gray, and little white sheep. I was like,
yeah.
Okay, that, you know what? I don't know.
Maybe
what
from
my
far
phone,
away.
I don't know what my phone just decided that needed to be.
Well, it's okay. Oh,
Donna Smith.
Okay, Donna Smith. She knows.
And it's BAA-BLE Hat by Donna Smith. And she has some mittens now, and she has a cowl too.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, there is even a cup cozy out there for you in case you feel like your coffee cup needs something warm.
Well, I think whenever all that came out, people were like into adding like sheepdogs and alpacas and other stuff to it because it's just this real cute little motif with the sheep motif, whatever.
It is. And you know how you're supposed to catch your floats after so many times. Every time I always start off real good. I'm gonna catch my floats every 3, and then I get to one of those sheep. They're like 8 stitches long, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to catch my float. Well, too bad.
Well, I like catching the floats because it makes weaving in the ends at the end really easy because you just kind of pop them through those little catches too.
Well, that's true.
I like that. I weaved in my ends.
See, you're right.
Yeah.
There's a border collie sheep hat.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, like I said, my mom says it's like all the sheep and then there's like this alpaca. Yeah, and then the sheep. It's this cowl. My mom also loves to knit hats. She's recently decided she's going to knit more cowls because you can only wear so many hats.
But that's true. And she moved up here from Louisiana, from southern Louisiana, so she probably didn't have a lot of cowls and things like that in her
warm ones. Not warm ones, you know. Anyway, okay. The next whip that...
End of the row.
Yes, I made it to the end of the row. The next whip that Okay.
Look at you go.
Girl, it's beautiful.
Look at you
People,
go.
look at these cables.
Oh, I gotta
Aren't you in love? You're in love. I'm almost done with the chart second time through. Anyway, it's the Winter's Beach Cardi by Andrea Mowry. Drea Renee Knits. And I am using Madeline, Tosh, Tosh DK. Here we go. Yeah, you know, by like the second or third episode. How about episode 5? By episode 5, we'll have this.
We'll have it down. We'll
Okay.
be pros.
I'm using Madeline Tosh DK. The colorway is Silver Lining. I think I'm knitting the size 3. Yeah. And I was already supposed to stop and separate for the sleeves, but I'm 5'10", and I don't like crop sweaters are not for me. Crop sweaters are not for me.
They just, if you're over like 30.
I'm over 30.
Crop sweaters.
I mean, some people can just live it. Maybe that's just their life. Yeah. I see people do the cutest things, but it's just...
They look like...
It's not for me. So anyway, like I said, I have like 10 rows left on the chart, the body chart. And it's got these great cables. I'm having the best time. My pink line is where my afterthought pockets are going to go, which I'm excited about. But also, so this yarn is a little, the pattern calls for Hedgehog Fibers Tweedy. And I was like, I know this sweater's going to be expensive, but I don't want it to be that expensive. And I couldn't put my hands on Tweedy to like touch it, feel it before I bought it. And I like to touch and feel before I buy, especially if I'm going to knit a garment. Which I don't knit that many garments, but that's changing. That's resolutions. But anyway, so this yarn's a little busy. And like these flat stockinette spots are supposed to be moss stitch. And I got through the chart once and I had done the moss stitch. And it just was too muddy. You could, like, I feel like the moss stitch pattern was getting lost in the yarn, and then my cables were not popping, and I'm not doing all that work for you not to be able to see these beautiful cables. So, and like, so here it is on my swatch.
Oh, look at your lovely, you swatched.
Girl, I swatched.
You acted right.
I'm not messing around. I want to make a sweater.
Good.
So this is the moss stitch in the swatch. And I was like, initially I was like, a little muddy, but maybe it'll work out.
Yeah, your moss stitch is getting lost.
Yeah, so I just went with stockinette.
I like it.
And I think I ripped it back to I put a needle in the ribbing, ripped it back, made the ribbing a couple more stitches, and then restarted it. And I'm really happy with it now.
It's nice.
It is really nice. I like it. But like I said, I'm almost to the place where I need to separate front. It's like separate for the sleeves. But it's cool because you like do I don't know, you can see that like the cable that runs up the side, like runs over the sleeve cap. I think it's gonna be cool. You see?
Oh,
like,
okay.
I think it'll be neat.
That's cool.
Neat.
I like that.
I'm a mom of a 2-year-old. We call things neat. Anyway.
Did we wear any? Oh, I forgot to put on my sweater. No,
it's a little warm for sweaters. Right
Here's
now.
mine.
Do you know how much coaxing it took for me to get this person
I got 2 rows.
to cast on this sweater? Oh,
and just in case you were wondering.
We are wondering. Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
It's the Fiber Co. Cumbria. Unto the Hills. A lustrous blend of brown masham wool. I never heard of it before. Merino and mohair. I never heard of what is masham wool. I have no idea. I don't know. I have no clue.
I think you did fine.
It's but here's the label, and that's the wool I'm making it out of. This came from Stash, but it wasn't deep. This was
Okay, didn't you get this whenever Notorious was going out of
correct.
business? So like a couple years.
Yeah, a couple of
3 years ago.
It feels really great. It is a 90% wool, 10% mohair made in Peru, and it feels really good.
It does. It's going to be nice.
Yes. So there you are. Here. I promise I'll make more progress.
This person knits so fast. I just had to be this far ahead of her before she'll catch up.
That's not true.
It's true.
I don't have a child, so I can knit whenever I want to. You got to knit at nap time.
Yeah, we were going to be the nap time knitters, but there are people out there who already do that, and that's what they call it when they podcast.
So yeah, that's the reason why.
So we're not that. We're KnittinJenna and the Crazy Cat Lady. She's the Crazy Cat Lady because she has 2 adorable, great, wonderful kitties.
And I talk about them all the time. So
you say you don't have children, but you have cats.
I know, but you know,
you treat them like children.
Okay, yeah, I am crazy.
That's okay. That's okay.
So, okay, we have a project for if we ever get a viewer. If anybody ever views, we have a project for you. I knit the Felix cardigan, and I love it. But I put some Stash buttons on here, and they're too heavy. I need to change these buttons to plastic. These metal buttons are too heavy.
Can't you just put a ribbon behind it?
Okay, the head buttons are still too heavy.
You think?
Yes.
Even when you button them?
Yes.
Especially when you button them?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want that pulling things down.
And so I need some ideas of where to get buttons. I've been to the local shops, and I haven't found anything yet. So I was wondering about some online ideas of where to get buttons so that I can put the buttons on and then go ahead and put the ribbon backing. Or I can probably go ahead and do the ribbon backing over there. I was so proud of myself because, I steeked this. I was so proud.
Tell us about this.
I was so proud.
It was a journey.
I know, but I was scared to death.
Well, show them. Show them what's happening. You have it
I
down
was
here.
scared to death.
No.
So I steeked it, but before I cut it, I felted it.
Tell them how you felted it. It was great.
I needle felted my steek before I cut it because I was too scared. I was a fraidy cat. But it worked. You needle felted I came over here, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And you need
Just
a felted,
sitting here
and then you
poking
can
at that
cut
thing.
it.
I'm like, what are you doing?
And now I have a ribbon that I'm going to tape over, sew down over this. You'll see the finish eventually. But I put these buttons on, and the metal buttons are just too heavy.
Yeah.
So I need some idea of plastic buttons. But every place that I've looked, like at the big box stores, the plastic buttons look cheap.
Yeah, we don't need
and
that.
And I don't want it to look cheap. I'll even do leather buttons if I can find a large enough one. I looked at wooden ones too. I'll do wooden ones.
Those might be a little lighter.
I will do anything except the wooden ones seem to be so bright in color and not dark.
You want something a little more mellow.
Yeah. So any suggestions, I will take them. I will do it, and then I'll show you the result.
Okay, well, tell us about your Felix cardigan. What did you knit it out of? You sticked it.
Did I bring any of that? No, I didn't bring it. It's Lion's brand Fisherman wool. Real budget friendly, especially once again when you can get it from Joann's on sale. We'll have to have Tammy come on and show us her cardigan. She did the Andrea Mowry cardigan out of Lion's brand Fisherman wool.
Ooh.
Because it was on sale, and I went and bought some, and I had texted her and told her I was going to do the Felix out of it. Very budget friendly. I think I'll have to calculate it, but I'm pretty sure this whole cardigan came out to be like $30. That's how budget friendly.
You can't even buy a cardigan that fits you for $30 made out of real wool.
And let me tell you, when you're knitting it, you're like, I don't know. But then you wash it,
and it's really soft.
And it softens up.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wow. And she said the same thing.
And it drapes so beautifully. Like, You're right. When you were knitting it, I'm like, that's real stiff. But I wonder if it's just...
You can hear the buttons.
Yeah.
See, the buttons are annoying.
Okay.
So, yeah, we need some ideas online where I can go and look at some buttons and get different buttons. Yeah. And then we can finish it. So it's finished, but it's not finished.
Well, and then I'm out of whips. Normally, I have like 4 or 5 different things going, but I really tried to finish things off by the end of January.
I have one more.
Or, I ripped things out too. But that's okay. That's okay. If you don't love it, you should rip it.
But this is a sample knit for the shop.
Okay, so the shop we're talking about, we have 2, well, there's 3 local yarn shops here in the St. Louis area. One is called The Bead Place. They're located over in Belleville, Illinois, right across the river. And she's got a great yarn selection, but she also it's a bead shop.
Bead shop.
So like, hello, rabbit hole. Right? Going there thinking like, I'm not going to learn a new skill. You're going to learn a new skill.
And she teaches like something new, like the last Saturday of the month. She has mini workshops. And so she's always thinking of something new to do, either like bead earrings or something new to learn the last Saturday of every month.
Yeah. We also have Seven Sisters Yarn Shop that just opened, I think end of last year, maybe like October, November-ish.
Yes. Fun ladies.
Yes. I have not been yet.
They're fun.
Time away from my home is very limited. I stay home with my 2-year-old daughter. And anyway, if you know, you know.
But she's getting to be...
She's getting there.
Packable.
Oh, God.
Goable.
She likes to go. It's just, it's about her, not about what Mom wants to see.
And you have to plan carefully around nap times and such.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need a cranky baby. And then finally in January, officially, well, I guess she opened a pop-up shop last November. Yeah. But officially January, YarnCom opened in Creve Coeur, which is not too far. It's, okay, St. Louis is this giant thing of...
how you say it? St. Louis County has several municipalities.
Like when we say several, we don't mean like 5. We mean like 50.
So
it's silly.
There's St. Louis City, then there's St. Louis County, and St. Louis County has several little cities in it. And Creve Coeur is one of the suburbs of St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's out there.
Yeah. So she just opened, and I asked her about buttons, or you asked her about buttons. I think she's just still trying to get everybody in the door. She's got a good, you know, I think she uses Cascade as like her workhorse line.
She had an amazing selection of Cascade.
Yeah, she's, you know, she's expanding, and I know buttons are on her list.
And she has lots of Malabrigo,
yeah,
too.
Buttons are on her list of things to do, but, you know, just hadn't quite made it there. She's also got fiber and, you know,
yes,
spinning, spindles.
And when I was last there, she was setting up a big loom for, I guess, weaving. Huge loom.
You have to see it. She posted it on Instagram.
Did she?
Uh-huh. Okay. Because I was like, this thing's as big as like a room, like a regular room. I mean, her shop's big, but like, I can only imagine this thing's going to be big. Anyway.
So she has quite a bit, and then you know the notions and all of that.
Yeah, and so the shop that's the shop we're talking about is Yarn.com. Korey, Crazy Cat Lady here, stopped in to get the yarn for the Baa-ble Hat, and was
well, she said she had some sample knits. I've never done a sample knit, so I thought I'll try it. So I'm doing Wonky Rib Cowl, and it's with Malabrigo. Does it say? It just says it's by Malabrigo. So I'm doing that, and I'm doing it in this great blue.
Yeah.
But you got to cast on 320, so...
She was afraid to cast on the 200-something stitches for the Andrea Mowry cardigan.
320.
Hot Shot is here fine to do 320 for a cowl. All right, just
I've been working on it for a while.
Yeah, there's no author on here.
I guess the pattern writer must have just let the yarn company use it.
I wonder if we can find an author. We'll put it in there. But yeah, it's cool though. Look at this crazy little rib pattern that's got going on in there. I think it'll be pretty, especially in that blue. So yeah, so she's working on that. I'm doing this. Okay. All right.
Gotta watch the people outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
We cut down. We had these big like boxy bushes. I don't know what they were actually called, but they were growing. We have this big picture window in the front of our home, and then when we first moved in, these like boxy bushes kind of came to the bottom of the window, which the bottom of the window is probably 2 feet off the ground, right? We moved in here in 2018. It's been 5 years almost. And it was like the bushes were literally like 2 or 3 feet above that. So like sitting in here, you couldn't look out and see the street or like see people. Like you couldn't see people walking up to the door until they were like all the way up to the door. And you're like, and I'm staying home all the time. I'm like, I would really like to know what's happening out there.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about cutting them back. And so my husband did this research. He's like, I want to make sure we don't like kill them because I don't need him to remove them. Not yet. Anyway.
Just need them down.
Yeah. So he was like, okay, they have to get through winter and then do this. And so he cut them way back. And now we can see people as they approach. And we can see people walking their dogs. My daughter loves it. We like on really cold mornings, she'll come up in the window and she's like, school bus, dog. People on bikes, so like, loves it.
That's so cute.
Yeah, we just got a little bit more entertainment.
Okay, so I'm all amazed because I haven't been over here in a few weeks. And I don't know what happened, but her daughter just became a genius overnight. We were counting to 10 and we know all of our colors. And I'm like, when did this happen? I haven't been here in a while. So I'm just amazed. I keep telling her she's going to be a mathematician. You know, I'm steering. I know you're not supposed to steer, but I'm steering. And I keep telling her she's going to be an astronaut.
Hey, that's fine. Something positive. Hot Shot will be whatever she wants to be.
I'm just amazed that she can count to 10. She knows all her colors. I'm like, when did all this happen? Isn't she just like 2? Oh my gosh. Isn't she 2?
She's 2, yeah. She's almost 2.5. She'll be 3 in October.
Well, I just think she's the smartest, cutest kid in the world.
You and me both.
You know, I'm biased.
Yeah.
But, you know, she is my friend's kid. So, yeah. Well, you know, I got friends that got kids that aren't smart. So, I would probably tell you the truth.
I think you would.
I would.
So the next, we were going to talk about acquisitions. Are you talking about that? Not
No,
really.
we talking about, I thought you said deep stash. I'm not acquiring right now.
I put that
stashing
down, but underneath acquisitions, we put down, we're going to include everyone that we know who's made acquisitions, because someone is stashing down.
I'm stashing
down. And I'm also trying to knit this stash. We have this grand plan that in 2024 we're going to Rhinebeck.
But we got to stash down.
But I can't go to Rhinebeck with all that things back there to knit, and I need things to wear at Rhinebeck. So I have all the stuff. I just have to knit it.
But I thought I would talk about the sock yarn that I am not knitting.
Okay. So this is our dirty little secret stash. The
I
deep
am not
stuff.
knitting it.
Why not?
Because, well, one, I have not knit myself a pair of socks yet. Okay. But for whatever reason, I have sock yarn that I'm not knitting. One of them is Teeny Button Studio. Now, this is deep stash. This is a few years old. They did brunch at Commander's. Do you know that?
Yeah, Commander's Palace. It's in New Orleans.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And they did this with a bag maker, and they had a bag that went along with it. Apparently, there's awnings. And I guess between the awnings and whatever, I don't know.
Okay, so show the people what you have here.
There was a sock set, and they also had a bag. I did not find out about it in time to purchase the bag. But when I went on her website on Teeny Button, she still had some of the sock set left. So I bought the sock set. And it's just too pretty to be socks. I just like looking at it just the way it is.
We have determined also that there are two separate hobbies involved in what we're talking about here. There is knitting, and there is acquiring yarn. Those are two separate things.
Look at those little subtle speckles in the white. I just love this yarn, and I'm just not ready to let it go, to let it not be yarn. Okay. So it has a prominent place in my glass shelf, and I just look at it. I think it's so pretty.
I wonder if the person who made the bag, what is his name?
Maybe one day I'll knit it for you because you know what it is.
Is it this one?
But yes. I've never been to brunch at Commander's.
Whimsy Stitches. Is it?
It might
was
be,
that be
it? Might have been.
It's this guy. I think his name is Rick. Whimsy Stitches.
Whimsy Stitches. That make
he
the bag.
Does bags. He's in New Orleans. But I feel like if that was like Teeny Button, she's New Orleans too.
She's New Orleans too. Yeah.
So I have a really cute one.
She has a podcast with her mom.
I bet we could be friends.
We should.
We'll link her. No,
we'll find out. We'll find out. But she has a podcast with her mom.
I think he may be on the list to come to the Midwest Fiber Festival at the end of April.
Oh.
He might have, I don't know that he would have the same bag still, but like, and I know we just talked about having too many bags in our lives.
We just talked about how we had
and one of our really good friends.
She makes them.
She makes beautiful bags. Yeah. Anyway. Listen. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep going. Keep going.
Okay. So that was one of the things that I was like, it's deep stash, but I'm not ready for it to be something. And then the other is, of course, mustache yarn that, you got me hooked to mustache. I think I was in Texas for work, and I had texted her and said I was in Texas for work. And you text me back and you were like, hey, the Dallas-Fort Worth Fiber Festival. Can you get away for a bit? It's there. And, hey, you need to go by and see Mustache Yarns. And so I did. This
is before she's knitting socks like the wild woman that she is. 24 pairs of socks in a year.
Anyway. Well, and I bought some mustache. And I think I bought this.
That looks recent.
Right. Because then I decided I wanted to do sock arms. sweater. So then I had to go buy some more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you gave me some.
Yeah.
And my mustache is just too pretty. Once again,
I just knit a pair.
it's just beautiful like it is.
I also, she brought me back my first thing of mustache from said Fiber Festival. Because I was just admiring her online for a long time. Thinking like, oh, one day I'll get my hands on it. You know, her stuff, it used to like, she'd post it and she'd sell out in like 10 minutes. And like, I know I said I wasn't really working, but like I had a job that I had to be at.
And you couldn't catch it up.
I couldn't catch an update to save my life. So yeah, you brought, and in fact, I just made those socks.
Yeah, you did. I may make this one, but these three here are going to be
a sweater.
That's going to be sock arm sweater. And I'll probably get some gray or something. I think I'm going to wait and get it from Leading Men Fibers. I know they'll be at the Fiber Festival in April. And I'll take this with me so that I can get the perfect Leading Men Fibers for the body of the sweater. And then I'm going to do a sock arm sweater with this.
As a pullover or as a cardigan?
Probably as a pullover.
Yeah.
So that's my plan. I'm actually going to knit it. I just need the right thing to go with it. And then maybe once I knit all of my other sock yarn, maybe I'll knit myself a pair of socks out of this one.
Or if you just need like a little palette cleanser. Like when you're just tired of doing stuff for other people.
Yeah, so that's my stash. I thought I'd bring you the sock yarn. I'm not knitting. It has no plan for a knit right now.
Yeah.
I'm being selfish about it. It's for me.
That's okay. Okay. So we were talking about this and I like looked through what I have behind me and I decided to go with something old that, okay. Whenever I first got married, we were living in Louisville, Kentucky, and I guess I'd only been knitting for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And Vogue Knitting Live was having a show in Chicago, and this group that I was involved with in Louisville was going to take like a day trip to Vogue Knitting, do the show, and then come back. Except we weren't going to drive. We took the Megabus. Okay. So the Megabus is like this huge double-decker bus. The tickets, like I think I got round-trip tickets for $8 each way.
Are you serious? Do they still have that?
Okay, not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. However, I was like, I bought 2 tickets. I bought 2 tickets to that. My mom was going to come up and go with me. Well, stuff came up. She couldn't come. So my darling husband rides this bus from Louisville to Chicago with me. We get on the bus.
With the crazy knit people?
With the crazy knit ladies. We get on the bus at like 4 a.m.
I love him.
We're in Chicago by 9 a.m. He and I walk around. We get breakfast. And then I go. They have it at the Palmer House Hilton, which is this beautiful old hotel in Chicago. And I was like, I didn't buy you a marketplace ticket. They're like $10 or whatever. Like, I can get you one. Do you want to walk through it with me? He's like, no. So he like finds a place to sit in one of the little like chairs in like a nook and takes a nap. So I go through the show, you know, and I am just having the time of my life. I'm having a great time. I had not knit a sweater for myself at this point. To be fair, I didn't knit a sweater for myself till like 2020. So that's neither here nor there. But I knit some baby sweaters in between there. But I've stopped by the Neighborhood Fiber Company booth, and they had this great pattern. It was called Monomania. And it was this chevron cardigan with 4 colors, and like they had kitted up all these beautiful colors. And they were like, you know, if this is your size, you can just buy this and da-da-da. And then the pattern comes with the kit. And I'm like, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna knit myself one. And like to top it off, like 3 of the ladies who were in the booth selling all had the Monomania cardigan on. And
they did a good sales pitch on you all. They did marketing and
they
everything.
Were like, people are going to knit this cardigan and here's why. And so it was great. It was great. And it was great because the ladies selling, like, it was all different size women.
Remind me if I ever go into yarn dyeing to do a nice pitch like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so I buy this kit. And these are the colors.
Aren't they gorgeous?
It's gorgeous. And so
beautiful.
2014, people. This has been sitting in my stash since 2014.
Beautiful.
With plans to be the Monomania sweater. Until I'm not knitting that sweater though. But anyway, so this.
Maybe you could knit Junebug something when Junebug gets here.
No, this is gonna be for me.
Oh,
I have a plan for baby Junebug, but anyway, this is the rustic fingering. I have 4 skeins. You know, it's 475 yards each. The only thing, and like,
single ply.
It's a single ply yarn.
Yeah, Junebug wouldn't.
Like this is gonna have to be for me, I think. And it's going to have to be paired with something else that can like wear a little bit better. So my initial thought was to make... No, not hold it with something. I think I'm going to do color work with it.
I got excited. I thought I was at the end.
I think I'm going to do the Shift Again cardigan by Andrea Mowry. This one. Anyway.
We're trying to stay positive, so we're not going to talk about designers today.
So I just need like a main color, which I probably will end up doing like a gray. I think gray would look nice, play nice with all those. And then you can fade it in how I wanted. Yeah, or a brown. Ooh, yeah, with that red, that'd be pretty. But it'd be fun. So she just came up with this pattern. And it's a steeked sweater.
It'll be shifting though, right?
It's a steeked sweater.
Okay.
So since my friend has steeked a sweater, she can help
that
me.
That will steek.
See, it'll steek. I just have to find. I mean, it's super washed though, even though it is a single ply.
We can still make it steek.
Okay.
We may have to get Tammy to sew us a zigzag.
Okay. Yeah, I do not sew.
But we got a friend who does.
Yes.
We can tell her zigzag right up here.
Yeah. So I have plenty of this. I just need a main color. And I think it's beautiful. Be great. Like this red. Like,
see that? I like that red. That red's gorgeous.
I love this red.
This right
and I
here.
like that too. With that. And I've tried taking this kit apart to use it for other things. And I just can't bring myself to do it. Like they just have to be together. I just have to.
And this is Neighborhood Fiber Co.
Yeah.
Neighborhood Fiber Co. This one's Del Rey.
Yeah, Del Rey, Mount Vernon.
And then
this is showing up much more yellow than it is in real life. I think it's more tan.
What is this? Cooper Circle.
Cooper Circle. Aren't they in like Baltimore? I think. And then Lincoln Park. Yeah. So I think this will be really fun. And beautiful. I don't know when I'm gonna make this. Like I said,
it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be fun.
I have a baby due this summer. I don't know. This one.
This is
ticking right along though. This guy.
I thought you were gonna keep something on the needles for Junebug.
Okay, yeah. I want to knit the wee envelope cardigan, or not cardigan. Wee envelope sweater by Soldatique. I knit one for my baby Molly. And I loved it. It was so easy, and it was nice because it really kind of grew with her for a while. But that one's like hot pink. And
we don't know
what Junebug baby is. Like I have not found out with either of my children. So
exciting.
Yeah. So I'm like, I have this beautiful, I have this brown. It's kind of goldy brown. That's Malabrigo Arroyo this is Rios in the colorway glitter. I have Arroyo in it too, and I think that's what I'll knit the sweater out of. This was supposed to be a hat for Molly to match the sweater for June, the June baby, but we'll see. That's the other thing. the baby's born in the middle of summer. It's going to be too hot for a sweater.
Hmm.
So we got time. But yeah, that's it.
Time. Oh, no. You need to show your other most recent finished object. If it hit the floor not too long ago.
Oh, it's right here.
Yes.
Okay.
I know. Yes, you need to show that. That's amazing.
We'll save it for episode 2.
Okay.
Because I don't know the name of the yarn.
Okay.
Or the pattern.
Okay.
All right.
Episode 2 it is.
Episode 2. So this one is called Hello How You Doin? It's episode 1.
If we get it up
Yeah.
and anybody watches it, there'll be an episode 2.
Yeah.
We just need somebody to watch it, and then we'll do an episode 2.
But we'll do notes under the video. You can find. Well, I think we might do an Instagram. We might do a website.
You know I have no clue about Instagram.
This one doesn't do the social media.
I need to work on that. It's just I always see people arguing.
Yeah, I'm not into that. But that's okay. We're gonna be all right.
I managed to get my yarn all tangled up because I'm doing that 2-ball cast on because it's 300 and some stitches, and I was not about to get to the end and be like 2 inches short of getting in my last 2 stitches.
You just did a regular long tail cast on?
Yeah, with 2 balls. So somehow, some way, I've gotten this other ball all tangled up in it.
This called for 3 balls of yarn?
No. But I tried to wind this myself, and it was a nightmare. And I got really mad, so I just cut it. I was too embarrassed to...
You should have come over.
I was too embarrassed to bring it to you again. Because every time, I always have to bring it to you because it turns into a nightmare. And I was too embarrassed. So look, but I managed to wind that one.
You did a great job.
I should have had them do it at the shop.
You should have.
The girls at the shop, they do a great job of winding yarn.
They
Yarn
do.
Com. We keep calling it the shop.
The shop.
Yarn Com.
Well,
They
I
did a
think
great
just because
job.
they're closer to us, and like we know the gal who opened it, Heather. Like I know her from coaching volleyball. Korey knows her just from life.
Just from you and then helping out.
Yeah, trying to get the pop-up shop. I don't know. So I just we
call it the shop.
The shop. Anyway.
Yeah, she might have to change her name if we
The
keep.
shop.
If this becomes really big, she might have to change her name to the shop.
The shop. Okay.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
What? Like, subscribe, comment. Let us know.
Or just share us with somebody who you think like
might.
Oh yeah.
Get a laugh.
Oh, next time we'll tell you more about the Midwest Fiber Fest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's end of April. The classes just went live last Thursday or Friday maybe. So if you want to jump in one of those, you probably should do that now. But she's gonna have, I think, like 55 vendors. It's not just yarn. She's got a good representation of all kinds of fiber arts. She's got like some of the classes are like not quilting classes, like basic sewing classes, felting classes, spinning classes. And then I know booth-wise, it's going to be a good variety. But it's not giant, you know. It's not giant. It's very much a festival. It feels kind of regional, but I think people are traveling this year because it's the second year. Last year was the first year.
Yeah, we'll tell you more about it. We're gonna have to get up before then because it's a shame I don't know exactly when it is.
It's April 28th.
We could look it up.
Friday, April 28th through Sunday, April 30th.
I'm sure she has something out here.
I don't know where my phone is. She has hers right here.
But you're making me laugh. I think your phone's over there somewhere.
It's not important. It's okay. MidwestFiberFestival.com. April 28th
through
the 30th.
Save the date. Fiber enthusiasts. So there's knitting, spinning. Admission is free, okay? Which is just great. It's at St. Louis Community College Merrimack campus at 11333 Big Bend Road, St. Louis, Missouri, 63122. Classes are now live. So if you go out there to, what was it, MidwestFiberFest.com, you can check everything out. Support it. We're happy to have it. It's going to be great.
Yeah. And like the nice thing, like she said, it's free admission. You just come in.
See the vendors.
Yeah.
I know the vendors were very pleased with how they were treated and everything for the first one. And some of them wanted to sign up immediately for the second annual.
Yeah.
So
I know she's got a wait list of folks. So,
yeah. I enjoyed it. So you can come out, and she does definitely tell you, bring your current project, hang out with fiber friends.
Yeah.
Cool. So there you go.
All right. Until next time.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.